Hello, everyone, and welcome to another inspiring Global Heart Stream meditation. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Bradley, Mariette, Barbara, and everybody else who's making their way in. Welcome, everybody. And if you're new to this broadcast, my name is Gabriel Gonsalves, and this is a dedicated weekly space right in the middle of the week on Heart Day, because Wednesdays are Heart Days, for us to tune in, connect with our hearts, and then connect with each other's hearts and create an amplified field of energy, of unconditional love and compassion, radiating that field of energy to ourselves, to each other, and to a world that so desperately needs it, especially during this current times where there's so much apparent chaos. And I say apparent chaos because there is such a thing as order in chaos. We just don't see it. If you guys are familiar with the science of cymatics, you may have seen those experiments that they do where they have this metal plate and that it's got these speakers underneath, so it's vibrating at a particular frequency. And so they sprinkle some sand or sometimes salt crystals on top of it. And as they maintain a certain frequency, there is a beautiful geometric pattern that emerges. But then when the frequency changes, every pattern that was beautiful suddenly goes into chaos. And for a while, everything looks like it's falling apart. But then, little by little, the new little particles begin to find each other and create an even more beautiful, more complex pattern. And so this is what order chaos or chaos theory talks about, is this idea that even in chaos, there's order. And so we may not be able to perceive it at the current time, but just want you to keep in mind that if your life seems to be falling apart, or you see the world and it looks like it's falling apart, yes, that's one perspective. It appears to be falling apart. But the truth is that from a spiritual perspective, that is not happening. What is happening is just an evolution into a higher order of being. And part of this order of being, we might not be able to see it for a very long time, but it is emerging. And in the same way in which these little grains of sand begin to summon each other and to clump in little groups that match energy, that's exactly what we're doing. We're coming together, right? On a regular basis every week. We're unifying our hearts. We're finding each other, even though we're all from different countries and many of us from different spiritual traditions. Yet we're coming together in the name and nature of love for the purpose of being of service to humanity, unifying our hearts, activating the heartbreak coherence, and then radiating these feelings of love and compassion to help ease the suffering of the world. Remembering that every time each of us is able to hold the energy of unconditional love, the light of love in our hearts, we're helping offset the negativity of 750,000 people in this planet. And so we're here out of service and love for humanity, but we're also here out of service and love for ourselves, for each other, for our families, for our friends, for our communities, and then obviously for ourselves as well. Because the more we learn how to hold this light of unconditional love in our hearts, the more our life benefits, the more improved health and well-being, the better our relationships become, and the more beneficial your presence is also in the spaces that you visit. So welcome, everybody. Today, we are going to be focusing on a very simple mantra, very simple prayer that is probably the shortest prayer that you can ever speak. What is that prayer? Well, I'm about to tell you in just a few moments, but let me have a moment to welcome some of those who are arriving right now. Welcome, Maria Reyes. Blessings to all. She says, hello, Orange Tara. Hello, Geraldine Kelly in Ireland. What's the weather like in Ireland right now? It's one of those places I really want to go visit. Hello, Janet Noel. Blessings, everyone. Nice to be here. She says, Michelina Newman in Linden. Where is Linden? Is it Linden or London? Is it London or Linden? London is Linden. Londo is Lindo. Lindo. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Yes, Geraldine says, I find a lot of truth are being revealed myself. The veil is being lifted. Yeah, so the veil of illusion under which we've been living for a very long time is no doubt being lifted up. I just finished reading, by the way, a bit off topic. I just finished reading a book that really had a big impact on me. I just got done reading Alice Bailey's book on Glamour. It's called Glamour, A World Problem. And in there it talks about illusion, Maya, glamour. And I really like how she describes glamour. And she describes it as a kind of a fog, like a dense fog that is created and that is placed upon something that is really beautiful and true. And so it distorts it, right? And so we get attracted to that distortion instead of really recognizing the truth of it all. And you can apply that pretty much to everything. So I remember, for example, that when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I really bought into the glamour of Hollywood and being an actor and being famous and that whole lifestyle and all of that. And what I realized is that because I was just chasing that in a fog, what the reason I could never feel satisfied or complete or at peace was because that in itself was just like a fog. It's like, and a fog just dissipates. And there's a deeper truth behind it all. And the deeper truth behind that all was that I feel very powerless. And so I really thought that if I became a celebrity and if I became somebody that other people desired and want to hang out with and popular and, famous and all that kind of stuff, I would be loved and I would be liked. And so that was a distortion of my own love in many ways. It was being projected out, onto other people. But once I began to see beyond that and just realize that I was really looking for was that source of love, wisdom, power inside of me that can only really be found inside of me, I saw how I had been projecting all of that and making something or someone outside of myself more important than me. And so this book really helped me to not only understand, the many ways in which I fell for so many glamours and still do, because it is a world problem. It's still operating in every different level of life and humanity. And so as the truth behind the veil, behind the fog, behind the curtain is being revealed, we're moving more and more and more into greater alignment, into greater integrity. And what that means at the individual level is that what we call our personality is becoming now spiritualized. This is the essence of what the Atman presence or the Christ self or the Atman nature is. Just this idea that the divine is beginning now to flow. The love, the wisdom, the power, the truth of the divine is starting to flow more and more and more through us, and then merging with the personality so that we can then bring these qualities out into the world. So heart center work is not about checking out and leaving the world and just kind of hanging out up there with the gurus and the lamas and all the masters. No, it's about drawing in that energy from the divine through our hearts, our minds, and our human wills, and then sending it out into the world so that we can become then vehicles of the divine. That is the essence of what really being in alignment with the will of God is ultimately all about. Well, just join us. S&J, breathing therapist, welcome. Welcome. Geraldine says it's very, very cold right now. Okay. Yeah. And as an NJ breathing therapist, you're in California, manifesting rain currently. Yeah, you guys are like here in Granada. You definitely need the rain. So good for you guys. We need the rain. We need a lot of rain. Not too much rain. You know what happened here in Spain last time we asked for rain? We had these big floods over in the Valencia that created really a catastrophe. Anyway, so welcome. Today we are in the middle right now of full moon. So what a better time to actually be doing spiritual work together and summoning the love and the wisdom and the light and the power that emanates directly from the source. Welcome, Ailey Workman. Shouldn't you be workwoman instead? All right. So today we are going to be working, as we normally do, activating the heart-brain coherence. But we're going to be working with a prayer, a very simple prayer. And I'll tell you what that prayer is. The prayer is, Lord, bless me. That's it. Lord, bless me. There's a verse in the Christian Bible in the New Testament in Matthew that says, but when you pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be ye not therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things you need of before you ask him. So what we are in essence is acknowledging that the divine that created us in its image and likeness, with whom we're always at one, because we are part of it. It knows what our needs are, even before we acknowledge what those needs are, even before we ask for those needs. And rather than constantly just being praying without ceasing in the way of begging God or bargaining with God, please, 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 please. Sometimes a prayer of just appreciation or just asking for a blessing can go a very long ways. So just speaking the very simple prayer, Lord, bless me. There's no need to be specific. And so when we go into today's guided meditation, if you want to, you can then use this prayer, this mantra to ask for a specific blessing in particular areas. So you could, for example, say, Lord, bless my finances, bless my new business. Lord, bless my partner, my soulmate. Lord, bless my pet, bless my children. Lord, bless people in Gaza. Lord, bless South Africa. Lord, bless Ireland. Lord, bless, and then just make that request. It's also the very simple prayer that I often use when I bless a meal. I remember when I started doing spiritual work, and especially when I started really getting into energy healing, I would do like this 10-minute healing, chanting and prayers and mudras and everything to bless my food. But these days I just look at the food and I just say, dear Lord, bless this meal. Thank you. And it's just very simple. And so this is in essence what we are doing. Hello, G in Sri Lanka. Welcome. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. And as we normally do, let's begin by reciting together the great invocation. And again, this is a really, truly wonderful time to be reciting this prayer. All right, I invite you to place a hand over the heart. It doesn't matter which hand. You can place both hands like I do. Sometimes when I lay awake at night or when I wake up in the morning and I'm doing a little bit of heart breathing, what I do is I do this butterfly shape that is almost like a bird. And so there's a lot of depictions also from the Middle Ages, a lot of paintings where you see some saints actually adopting this exact same pose. And so bring them over the heart, or bring one hand over the heart. Take a deep breath. Let out a gentle It's a way to just release and let go of any tension. Once again, deep inhale into the heart. And one last breath. Inhale in. And then from this place of presence, let us speak the great invocation, a universal prayer for humanity. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into our human minds. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into our human hearts. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. May the light, the love, and the power that emanates directly from the center, which is the mind, the heart, and the will of God, restore the divine plan for every person who's here today, including Janet, G, Hailey, Orange Tara, SNJ Breathing Therapist, Michelina, Geraldine, Teresa, Maria, Micheline, Barbara, Mariette, Bradley, Amanda, Cindy, and everybody else who's silently watching or watching the replay. Dear God, our Heavenly Father and Universal Mother, we call to the divine light of your unconditional love to shine in our hearts, especially in all those places, those deep, dark places that need healing. Please give us the courage to surrender and let go what no longer serves us and all of that which blocks us from holding the light of your understanding, the light of compassion, and the power to make those changes in our lives which Thy knows we seek and long for. Our prayer today is that we be blessed, that our jobs, careers, our finances, our health be blessed, that our homes be blessed, that our friends, our families, and our loved ones be blessed, that every son and daughter of God upon the face of the earth, every sentient being, be blessed, that every country and every nation and every community be fully blessed, that the entire human race be blessed. Heavenly Father and Mother, Thou knows the depth of our hearts. Thou knows the divine plan for each and every one of us. We open to receive it, to align with it. In the name of the Christ, in the name of the Buddha, in the name of Lord Krishna, in the name of the entire spirit of the Great White Brotherhood. Amen. I invite you now to begin to direct your breath into the heart. Breathing nice and slow, nice and deep, nice and evenly. Giving yourself permission to be here and now with each breath and with each heartbeat. Allowing this holy breath, this sacred breath, to flow through our physical bodies, mental bodies, emotional bodies, energetic and spiritual bodies, unrestricted and without limitations. As we breathe in and out of the heart, we welcome all the thoughts that may arise. We welcome all the physical sensations of the body. We welcome all the feelings that may arise. Offering the totality of the moment-to-moment experience, our hearts, our presence, our heartbeat. And as you breathe in and out of the heart, give yourself permission to relax and let go of unnecessary tension. Let go of any tension in the neck area, the head, the shoulders. Relax. Letting go of any tension around the stomach area, the pelvic area. Relax. There's no tension in the arms or the legs. As you allow each breath to soften your body, soften the mind, soften the heart. Softening the face muscles. Allow yourself to smile. Yes, smile. Come on. Allow a little smile to drop on your face. And as you smile, give yourself permission to think about someone that you deeply love and care for. Even if that person is no longer around, feel gratitude and appreciation for them. Take a moment to remember what it felt like to be in their presence, to feel loved, seen, valued, heard. And breathe into your heart and amplify that feeling of gratitude and appreciation. Amplifying the feeling. Imagining that this feeling now begins to grow and expand within your heart as your heart begins to glow like a small replica of the sun and begins to warm the waters of your life. Feel the warmth and the presence of the little sun inside of you. The little sun that is always connected to the solar center of our galaxy and the solar center of the cosmos. The 0 point, the one, that which we call God, or in some traditions, we refer to it as Lord. And as you feel and acknowledge this connection between you and the Lord of your life, which is the law that governs your life, take a moment to now either silently or out loud speak this very simple prayer. Dear Lord, bless me. Dear Lord, bless me. Dear Lord, bless me. If there's a particular area of your life that you would like to ask for a blessing, ask for that blessing. Say to yourself silently, Dear Lord, bless my marriage, bless my home, bless my job, bless my finances, bless my new projects, bless my legs. Ask for that blessing. If it's for somebody else, ask on their behalf. If it's for the world, ask. The entire world lives in you. Ask. Dear Lord, bless me. Dear Lord, bless me. And after you've asked for the blessings, allow yourself now to enter into a deep place of gratitude and appreciation that acknowledges that the blessings already are. The blessings have been given. That the heavenly host knows already what you need even before you ask. For this heavenly host created your heart, and it's the image and likeness of its own heart. And through your heart knows your feelings, knows your pain, knows your deepest desires, knows the longings of your soul. The blessings already are. And so, with this energy and attitude of gratitude and appreciation, give yourself permission now to enter into a space of communion and receptivity. Knowing that the blessings already are. And so let us just remember for ourselves and for each other that we live in an unconditionally loving and supportive universe. That when we align with our spiritual nature, which is one of goodness, it allows us to see a new perspective, see the world through a new pair of eyes, and begin to see that everything that is happening in the world is for our growth, and our expansion, and for our spiritual evolution. And we recognize that our job is not to hold the weight of the world upon our shoulders, to try to make anything happen, to try to save the world. The world needs not saving. Our job is to hold the light of love in our hearts. That when we hold the light of love and compassion in our hearts, in a world that is filled with so much darkness, we create little spaces where the presence of God can be felt and can also be amplified. We recognize that our one and only job is just to continuously choose the light over darkness, to choose love over fear, to choose action that is in alignment with the higher will, which is always towards good, towards love, towards growth, connection, expansion. For this awareness and the opportunity to come together every week, sharpening our hearts and helping strengthen each other, I give thanks. As I welcome now you back to the full awareness of the physical reality that surrounds you, and you open your eyes and begin to get yourself reacquainted once again. Feeling wonderful, feeling present, feeling re-energized, ready to move forward with life. Bringing this feeling of grounding and presence and softness and peace into your next activity, into your next event, your next conversation, whatever that may be. Welcome back, everybody. How are you feeling? What are you taking away with you from our brief but deep time together? Barbara says, hey Barbara, thank you. My tears came after the deep gratitude feeling. Bless you, dear Gabs. Lord bless us. Thank you. Amen. Janice says, the sound of the crashing waves is mesmerizing, just the perfect sound for rest and renew. Thank you and blessings for you as well, you Gabs. You're very welcome. Yeah, those specific sound waves or ocean waves have a very profound effect. The particular audios that we've been listening to have been actually encoded with golden means ratio frequency, the frequency of heart coherence, the frequency of spiritual heart. And so it's one of the audios that I like to use when I'm meditating alone, as well, as it really creates the conditions where I can find an alignment even faster than normal. Leela says, much love and blessings to us. It was a powerful meditation. Gabs, you're very welcome. Geraldine says, Lord bless those who have hurt me. May everyone be healthy and happy. Thank you. There's nothing more courageous than praying for your enemies. That's heavy lifting, without a doubt, Janet. And don't forget that every time you bless somebody, we're also blessing ourselves. We do live in, may sound like a cliche, but we do live in a return to sender universe. So anytime that you curse somebody, you're ultimately cursing yourself, and you're being accountable for that karmic consequences of cursing somebody. And the same thing happens when you bless somebody. You then generate positive karma that benefits you. So just like forgiveness benefits primarily the person who is forgiving, and secondarily the other person, the blessing does exactly the same thing. Mary Rinaldi says, the beach is definitely on my bucket list for my next trip. Well, you can have the beach in an MP3. Amanda says, my heart feels a deep softening. Thank you. Yeah, that's Amanda. It's always a sign that this work is yielding its fruits when you feel there is a softening. And especially you're going to notice that if you're new to this work, at the very beginning, the heart may be a little bit heavy and burdened as you're really connecting with a lot of the areas that have been blocked and emotions that have been repressed. But that over time, what begins to happen is there's a softening, there's a gradual softening, and you start to be more loving and compassionate towards yourself. And then as a result of that, then it becomes easier to be also loving and compassionate towards others. So softening is always a good sign. Cindy says, thank you, Gabs, for reminding me of the blessings we receive every day without asking. You're very welcome. Orange Tara says, thank you for holding the light and radiating out with your work. You're welcome, Orange Tara. Or Tari, because there's also Tari. Michelina says, thank you, guys. You're very welcome. All right, my dear friends. Excuse me. We are right on top of the hour already. Where has time gone? Yeah. All right. Well, I want to remind you once again, the simplest prayer, the quickest one. And it's actually one that if you're the kind of person that doesn't really like to do a lot of praying, this is a perfect prayer for you. It's just simply, Lord, bless me. You know, when you go to bed at night, just let that be your last prayer. Lord, bless my sleep. Bless my loved ones. Bless me. And then go into dreamland, taking the blessings with you. All right, my beautiful friends. Thank you once again for hanging out with me today on this beautiful full moon day. I hope you're walking away feeling renewed and grounded in your heart, and that you continue to hold this light within yourself. Until next week, I send you all of my love from my heart to yours, reminding you always to please, please, please take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. Bye-bye for now.